Now Tylenol's the problem. There is a new therapy that's going to be announced. I'm really only looking for the verbiage that is going to frame what they're talking about, not so much what they're talking about. Because, and let's just take a minute to appreciate that. Of course, it's going to be Tylenol. The only thing a woman can take during pregnancy that her doctor will allow her to take during pregnancy is, in fact, the cause of autism. That's crazy. Abu Omar, hello. How are you? And every one of you is on private. Every single one of you, which is also wild. Is that the blue, the real blue, or no, that's actually blue. Blue, we're just here to watch the White House press briefing. Well, I couldn't tell. I just saw the name come across blue. I couldn't see the picture. Hello, Mind Over Matter. I just saw you viewed my profile. Oh, and here we are. This bitch pisses me off so fucking bad, dude.
Happy Monday. Nice to have you here.
Happy Monday, my ass.
A preview of President Trump's very busy schedule for the week. Later this afternoon, the president will be making a major announcement focused on the childhood autism epidemic, alongside his top health advisors who are working to make America healthy again. This will be a powerful display of how the entire Trump administration is committed to addressing root causes of chronic conditions and diseases, embracing full transparency in government, and championing gold standard science. Tonight, the president will depart to New York City ahead of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. He will be joined in New York City by the First Lady. Tomorrow morning, President Trump will deliver a major speech touting the renewal of American strength around the world, his historic accomplishments in just 8 months, including the ending of 7 global wars and conflicts.
Jesus Christ, count them.
The president will also touch upon how globalist institutions have significantly decayed the world order, and he will articulate his straightforward and constructive vision for the world. The president will also be hosting bilateral meetings with the UN Secretary General and the leaders of Ukraine, Argentina, and the European Union. The president will also, later in the day, hold a multilateral meeting with Qatar, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Turkey, Pakistan, Egypt, the UAE, and Jordan.
Yeah, well, they have every reason to think we're a joke. We are a joke.
A reception tomorrow night with more than 100 world leaders before returning to Washington, D.C. On Thursday, here at the White House, President Trump will welcome President Erdogan of Turkey for a bilateral meeting. And on Friday, the president will travel to Long Island for the Ryder Cup golf match between the United States and Europe. This event is one of the greatest sporting events in the world, and it would not be taking place this year without President Trump's help. President Trump signed an executive order last week preventing a strike that would have crippled the New York City area ahead of the tournament, and at the request of the 5 labor unions who all represent workers on the Long Island Railroad. One of the greatest golfers in the world, Bryson DeChambeau, praised the president's critical intervention.
Let's make the truth
saying,
normal again.
When the possibility of a strike threatened to disrupt transportation and attendance, President Trump stepped up and took the action needed to protect this world-class competition. Thanks to President Trump's decisive leadership, the Ryder Cup experience will be everything fans and the golf community deserve. Again, that's a quote from the great golfer Bryson DeChambeau. Now let's all hope the American Ryder Cup team can take home the trophy.
I'm sick.
In other news, positive economic data continues to pour in. Brand new polling shows that Americans' faith in the economy and the direction of the nation is back on track and shooting even higher. Home ownership is more affordable, with mortgage rates dropping to a 3-year low. For new home buyers, this represents a 250 decline in your monthly mortgage payment, or nearly $3,000 a year. President Trump has made it very clear he wants to continue to see mortgage rates decline to a record low, just like they did in his first term. Thanks to President Trump's unleashing energy dominance, gas prices are dropping, and Americans are spending the smallest share of their disposable income on gasoline since 2005.
Disposable
income. The annual
income.
cost to own and operate a new vehicle is down by nearly 6% over the last year. Americans are earning more and they are spending more than ever before.
I know you're fucking lying.
8 months under Joe Biden, real wages have increased nearly every month since President Trump took office.
I know she cannot do this with a straight fucking face.
Retail sales are also booming, up 5% over last year, and the stock market is booming, and Americans' retirement accounts continue to do well, with the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all hitting new record highs. In fact, the S&P 500 is up nearly 15%, and the NASDAQ is up more than 21% since Election Day. As part of President Trump's mission to restore America as the manufacturing superpower of the world, he has secured nearly $9 trillion in U.S. investment, nearly 9 times more than Biden attracted in his entire 4-year term.
It really does, man. I laugh, but
$1 trillion very soon. We're already seeing.
I am not amused at all.
Of these investments, with industrial production recently rising to an all-time high. President Trump built the greatest economy in the history.
Because I wonder who the fuck she's talking to. Like.
Now, before I open it up to questions, I do want to speak on the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Of course.
As President Trump powerfully stated yesterday, this assassination was an attack on everything that makes the United States of America the greatest country on earth.
No, absolutely. Come back anytime.
The heartwarming response from the
I'm just getting started.
The American people over the past 2 weeks is all of the proof that you need. The assassin who took Charlie's life can destroy flesh and blood, but he can never destroy the values that Charlie stood for. All across the country, millions of Americans have prayed, hosted vigils, attended church services, became politically engaged for the first time, and honored the legacy of Charlie and the ideals he died speaking for. The beautiful memorial service attended by President Trump and 100,000
Maybe I will. Jubilee, thanks for coming.
Yesterday was just the latest.
You guys say against America. You guys are so weird.
This world has ever seen. May God continue to watch over Erica and their beautiful children. Unfortunately, there have been some jarring.
Your country's going to hell in a handbag, and you're worried about me. That's fucking wild.
Voted no, and 38 voted present on a resolution that simply stated condemning in the strongest possible terms the assassination of Charles James Kirk and all
period, witchy. It's fucking wild.
There were no strings attached to this vote. This was a simple gesture of human decency to denounce political violence. I wish I could say that this was only a fringe group, but 96 votes is nearly half of the entire House Democrat caucus. And they didn't just vote against this basic resolution condemning political violence. A number of those same Democrats took to the House floor to smear Charlie Kirk's name. The man wasn't even buried yet.
Oh my God. You know what? Trump isn't fixing a fuck thing.
This was truly a
Jubilee, like,
clear reflection of
now, I mean, you do make a little bit more sense to me now, like, with your, like, Trump statement. Like, yeah, this isn't a place for you, unless you want to argue.
We must continue to call this,
which I think you like doing, because you do come here to do it a lot.
For too long, past leaders have offered platitudes, while political violence has been allowed to fester and harm.
Hi, Robin.
There has been coordinated campaigns dating back years, spearheaded by radical left-wing organizations centered on dehumanizing, intimidating, doxing, and even attacking Americans whom they disagree with. These groups have radicalized impressionable individuals to foment violence.
We can talk about what's being radicalized. I'd love to talk about what's being radicalized.
An attempted assassin came within an inch of ending President Trump's life in Butler, Pennsylvania, and on the campaign trail.
I'm about 20 minutes from there.
Tried to kill the president at his golf club in Florida. A left-wing assassin shot United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson right in the back in the
Jubilee, every one of my lives. What are you talking about?
1,000% increase in assaults for simply doing their jobs. Violent radical left-wing mobs engaged in illegal behavior, targeted Jewish Americans, and shut down America's college campuses under the previous administration.
Well, let me see if I can fucking pause this bitch so I can reply to this dummy. Probably not.
His policies. In May, a left-wing
Jubilee, like coming in here and saying anything about Biden does nothing for me. Like I'm not a fan, right? I wasn't a fan of him either.
These are just a few examples, prominent examples of the growing left-wing political violence in our country. Enough is enough, and as President Trump has promised, he will directly address the dark sources funding and supporting this domestic terrorism to finally restore order in our country.
I'm so sick of that fucking argument, Jubilee. Shut up!
Everyone, Republican, Democrat, everyone in between, we all deserve to live in a country where we do not have to fear for our lives simply for stating what we believe in. With that, I will take your question. In today's new media seat, we have Monica Page, who is the White House correspondent for Turning Point USA's news organization, on the front lines. Monica, thank you for being here. We're so sorry for the loss of Charlie. I know you work for him, you were very close to him, and we appreciate your being in the new media
I'm so
seat.
fucking tired of this martyrdom. I'm so fucking tired of it. Hi, Payroll.
Thank you so much, Caroline. I don't think you realize how much it means to me to be here in this seat, especially on behalf of Turning Point USA and Frontlines. We greatly appreciate it. We also greatly appreciate the outpouring of support and just the really kind words that we heard yesterday at the memorial service. That means more to us than I don't think anybody ever knows. Even the global support that we're seeing.
Is anybody cooking anything for the Rapture Eve? It's like the eve of the Rapture. Am I supposed to cook something like significant? Like, is there a meal or a spirit that I should take in to I don't know. I'm just hoping it fucking happens at this point.
Catholic church shooting. Additionally, Stephen Miller recently commented on the rise in this kind of violence, saying there is a domestic terrorist movement growing in this country. The president is designating Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. I'm wondering what is the approach to holding these people accountable, just to ensure that violence like this just is eradicated moving forward. Sure. Well, Antifa is going to be designated a domestic terrorist organization. The president intends to sign that executive order very soon as it's drafted, as soon as today.
I know you're fucking lying.
This is something the president campaigned on because we have seen a rise in violence perpetuated by Antifa radical people across this country who subscribe to this group. And unfortunately, it's gone widely uncovered by many in the legacy media. It also went completely ignored.
Stick around for a minute. Because I'm going to talk about something after this, after all the blame to the left and all the blame on Antifa and all the blame. I'm going to talk about something after that.
For you here in this briefing room today of violence from Antifa, I will just read a few. In July 2025, several members of an Antifa cell ambushed and opened fire on officers at an ICE facility in Alvarado, Texas, shooting one officer in the neck. Also in July 2025, 3 Antifa members were charged with assaulting a police officer during a violent riot outside an ICE facility in Portland, which for weeks prior had been under siege from the local Antifa terror cell. In February 2024, a transgender Antifa terrorist detonated an explosive device outside of the office of the Republican Attorney General of Alabama. In July 2023, Antifa members linked to abortionist group Jane's Revenge firebombed pro-life facilities and vandalized churches. In January 2022, a suspected Antifa member was arrested for bringing a pipe bomb to a pro-Trump event. In January 2021, an Antifa supporter threatened to shoot police officers and Trump supporters outside of the Florida State Capitol building. Again, I could continue to list many more examples.
Kat, are you watching this? This is crazy, dude. Hi, Bilal.
And our national security, but this administration knows that it is. That's why the president will be signing this order. And we will also be, most importantly, looking at who is funding Antifa and who is funding these other violent left-wing groups that we've seen perpetuate so much crime and mayhem across our country. And Charlie Kirk died exercising his First Amendment right, willingly debating, conversing with everybody and anybody. That was what he did. So what message does this White House have now to all Americans who feel like they are too afraid to express their beliefs,
I know.
their values, their morals in the wake of such
You know,
violence?
she just said that he's going to sign that order today, Kat.
Leave it to his response, Monica, where he so beautifully said, we have to keep fighting. We have to keep speaking up. We have to keep speaking our minds.
If this is going to be a Charlie Kirk love fest, I'll quit watching now and just have my fucking discussion, because what the fuck?
By our beautiful Constitution, and Americans should not cower in fear. They should rise up in courage to continue speaking the truth. And on a lighter note, Caroline, I'd love to know what your favorite memory of Charlie is. Sure. Charlie
Yes.
and he was, of course, a very influential person in the conservative movement, in the MAGA movement. He was so helpful to the president during the campaign and to all of us who worked on that campaign, that historic...
Hey, Kat, about the rapture, I was asking, is there something, should I cook something special? Like, what am I waiting for? What am I looking for? Is there like a traditional, like, meal or drink that I'm supposed to take in? What can I do to make it happen faster?
And I think that just speaks to the type of person that he was. And I know so many of us here at the White House are going to miss him very much. Thank you. Gabe.
Carolyn, thank you. Regarding the autism announcement,
Sure.
why now? Does the administration have new data that hasn't been published previously showing a possible link between acetaminophen and autism?
I know there's been many reports about what this announcement at 4 o'clock will be, Gabe. The president is very excited about this. I don't want to scoop the president of the United States and our Secretary of Health and Human Services.
You know, that's at 4 o'clock, Kat.
Robert F. Kennedy and the incredible health team that this president has put together are really viewing things in a much different lens. And they are paying attention to studies and the gold standard of science and research that many in this city for far too long have turned a blind eye to. So I think Americans are going to be enlightened and research that many in this city for far too long have turned a blind eye to. So I think Americans are going to be enlightened and proud of what they hear for far too long have turned a blind eye to. So I think Americans are going to be enlightened and proud of what they hear later this afternoon, but I won't get ahead of the president on exactly what that announcement entails.
On a different topic, going back to the president's social media post from the whole
Hi, Bam. Hi,
It's
Kat.
okay, Kat.
regarding the DOJ.
Hello, Bilal.
His, seeming frustration that they hadn't
Hi, Bam.
taken action quickly enough. I want to point to something that the president said during his inaugural address. Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. We will not allow that to happen. Is the president going back on his promise?
No. In fact, the president is fulfilling his promise to restore a Department of Justice that demands accountability. And it is not weaponizing the Department of Justice to demand accountability for those who weaponize the Department of Justice. And nobody knows what that looks like more than President Trump. We are not going to tolerate gaslighting from anyone in the media or from
Jesus Christ, we've been gaslit for 9 fucking months.
Joe Biden. And
Christ almighty, what is she talking about? Yeah, me too, Kat. Right? This entire fucking ride has been nothing but gaslighting.
James Comey and like Letitia James, who the president is rightfully frustrated. He wants accountability for these corrupt fraudsters who abused their power, who abused their oath of office to target the former president and then candidate for the highest office in the land. And I think the president is reaffirmed in those frustrations and his hope for accountability by the millions and millions of people who reelected him to this office with a mandate to demand accountability. And the president has not been shy about this, Gabe. In fact, when he traveled to the Department of Justice earlier this year, all of you were there to cover it. He said, quote, "I demand a full and complete accountability for wrongs and abuses that have occurred. The American people gave a mandate to investigate and root the corruption out of our system," and that's what the president wants to see done.
Carolyn.
Ed.
On the autism issue again, there are reams of scientific research that suggests there's no clear link between autism and acetaminophen usage. You're suggesting today they may have new information on this. A lot of it, this entire debate has the potential to confuse women, especially pregnant women, of what to do. What do you say to those?
Yes, she is.
Doing today potentially just introduces more confusion than it creates.
I think women for many years, in fact for decades, Ed, have been confused by the rapid increase in autism in this epidemic, that is chronic epidemic.
And here comes the gaslighting. This is so crazy.
And they want answers to that. And that's exactly what this administration is focused on finding. And before you jump to conclusions based on reports that the White House has not even confirmed, I would encourage everyone in this room to go into the 4 o'clock announcement with some critical thinking skills and with some open ears.
Oh, well, you're fucked, lady.
To what the president
You're fucked.
Outsiders have to say about this, and there will be a number of things that will be announced and discussed. And I think I know as a mother
critical
myself,
thinking.
I believe
Jesus,
for many mothers across
you
the
think
country,
that's fucking universal?
what is happening. So, again, I won't get ahead of
We're
the
so
session, but I think
cooked.
everyone in this room needs to tone down the judgment before you even hear what.
Oh, we're judging, baby. We're judging.
So on the Holman investigation, can you just speak to, did the president ask the Justice Department to close the case, and does Holman have to return the $50,000?
Well, Mr. Holman never took the $50,000 that you're referring to, so you should get your facts straight, number one. Number two, this was another example of the weaponization of the Biden Department of Justice against one of President Trump's strongest and most vocal supporters in the midst of a presidential campaign. You had FBI agents going undercover to try and entrap one of the president's top allies and supporters, someone who they knew very well would be taking a government position months later. Mr. Holman did absolutely nothing wrong, and even the president's Department of Justice, even Kash Patel's FBI, looked into this just to make sure that a number of the prosecutors and FBI agents who looked into this, they found zero evidence of illegal activity or criminal wrongdoing. And the White House and the president stand by Tom Homan 100% because he did absolutely nothing wrong, and he is a brave public servant who has done a phenomenal job in helping the president shut down the border. Mary.
Thanks, Caroline. I have 2 questions on far-left violence.
Sure.
On the first one, the president said yesterday that the bullet hit Charlie, but it was aimed at every one of us. Do you and your colleagues have a heightened sense of fear following this shooting and this far-left violence we're seeing across the country?
I certainly think there's a heightened sense of awareness by conservatives across the country, by all of us here at the White House. Again, as I said to Monica, many of us were personal friends with Charlie and had involvement with Turning Point before we came and served our government in this way. So certainly it's a very shocking incident, and I think, it's very unfortunate that those of us who work in this movement have to think about violence just for speaking our minds and for supporting President Trump.
And to follow up on that, I asked the president last night on Air Force One about this pattern of transgender violence we're seeing. Charlie's killer.
You know what? I am enough. I'm down a different rabbit hole. Like, I didn't go down the Tyler Robinson rabbit hole. Like, I went down the
how the administration is viewing
Nick Fuentes alt-right pipeline rabbit hole.
And I think anyone who denies that at this point is being willfully ignorant. And the administration is taking it seriously, all causes of violence, and why these people would be driven.
Which, if you haven't been there, I recommend it to anybody. I recommend that rabbit hole to anyone that has a young son. I would get in it quickly.
But as for this overall violence and domestic terrorism that we're seeing, the White House and the president's policy team will be leading the charge, and that really begins with designating Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization.
It's just fucking wild, dude. Okay, like, because I am gonna have things to say. Like, do you see how quickly we make things T organizations? As soon as we have a problem with something, they're automatically a fucking terrorist. I can't do this. Or a young daughter, because they get trapped by them, yes. Well, young kids that are chronically online, absolutely, you should be absolutely worried.
I think that's why millions of Americans across the country love him and support him, including Erica Kirk, who you saw so beautifully was on stage with the president in an unthinkable moment, in the midst of an unthinkable tragedy, and was leaning on the president for support during that time. And he was there to give it to her, as well as the vice president and many other top-ranking cabinet officials. Kayla.
Caroline.
You know, I don't know how much time I'm gonna give this bitch because she makes me so aggressive.
How much is the
It
deal?
is all theater.
Exact number and how much the deal is. When can we expect to learn how much the deal is being valued at? And then separately, who are the members involved in the deal? Like, can you share any more details there? So I don't have a specific number for you, nor am I going to confirm the specific individuals and entities in the deal, Akela, but I do have several details I'm happy to run through for all of you, and the president will be signing the deal, the official deal, later this week at some point. Under the terms of this deal, TikTok will be owned by a majority of American investors and controlled by a board of directors with extensive national security and cybersecurity credentials. In partnership with the U.S. government, Oracle will serve as TikTok's trusted security provider, and they will independently monitor the safety and data security of all U.S. user data on TikTok's platform. Americans' data will be stored securely in the United States without access from China. All U.S. user data will be stored on servers operated by Oracle in the United States, protected from surveillance or interference by foreign adversaries. And the algorithm, I know this is a question many of you have had, will be secured, retrained, and operated in the United States outside of ByteDance's control.
Wow, there it goes. That's it, man.
Operable, meaning TikTok users
That's
in the
it.
US will
That's
be able to
it.
see videos posted by users in other countries and vice versa. While I don't have a number on the specific deal, we do expect that thanks to the president's leadership
bullshit.
and the securement of this historic deal, businesses using TikTok will generate as much as $178 billion in economic activity within the U.S. over the next 4 years.
No,
This
no
is
more
great news,
Gaza
not just
videos.
for
You're
the
right.
Millions of American youth who use TikTok, their data will be safe and secure with this new deal. They'll continue to
This had nothing to do with anybody's fucking data.
It's also great news for all the small business owners who have really been able to make a living off of the use of TikTok as well.
And if I could just get one more as it relates to China, on crop prices for farmers, as there's still no official trade deal with China, farmers are getting a little bit antsy, navigating, prices being weak and not strong. How is the administration, thinking about farmers right now? Is there anything we can expect to see from the administration?
Man, you know what, guys? I kind of already knew that that's where it was heading. Yeah.
Well, the administration is completely understands the anxiety of farmers. We're very much aware of this issue. It has been a part of our discussions, the trade team's discussions with their Chinese counterparts. As for any specific actions, I don't have any news on that for you today, but I can fully assure you the entire National Economic Council in this building, as well as our Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, have been talking with the trade team about this. There's been many meetings on this, and they are on the ball, but I don't have anything specific for you today. Sure, Selena.
Thanks, Caroline. The case against Letitia James was extensively investigated for 5 months, and President Trump's handpicked Attorney General Eric Sieber could not find any evidence that he committed a crime. So is the president saying here it doesn't matter if there was a crime, he just wants his political enemies to be charged?
Well,
whoa.
Through Letitia James. Letitia James completely abused her oath of office. Letitia James was actively and openly engaged in lawfare. You talk about weaponizing the Department of Justice. What was Letitia James's campaign slogan? It was prosecute Donald Trump. She was saying she was going to prosecute Donald Trump before she even knew if Donald Trump committed a crime, which of course we did not. Those are not the words of a serious prosecutor. Those are the words of a corrupt politician who is abusing their power. She actively campaigned on that. She also led the witch hunt, the financial fraud investigation against President Trump and the Trump Organization, and an appeals court tossed that case out, a $500 million civil fraud penalty in August, which was another win for the president and exonerated him of this witch hunt and showed that this is an individual who is corrupt and abused her oath of office. And we also have evidence of her mortgage fraud. An April report from a white-collar fraud
mortgage fraud.
That James engaged
that's all I can do. That's all I can do because this bitch
that raised serious legal
literally makes me fucking aggressive.
Accept the conclusions of his Justice Department to not bring charges against Letitia James. In fact, you had Bondi and Blanche top DOJ leadership who were against.
Even though this reporter's actually fucking challenging her.
I just answered that question. question for you, and the president has every right to express how he feels about these people who literally campaigned on trying to put him in jail, who literally tried to ruin his life and ruin his businesses. And he wants to see accountability for those who abuse their office. And
She's literally saying, yes, he wants to punish his political opponents.
Yeah, it's accountability.
Thanks, Kevin. Two foreign policy questions. President Putin has offered President Trump a 1-year extension of the latest, for the most recent treaty limiting nuclear weapons. Does the White House have a reaction to that? Does the president want to accept that offer? And then one separate issue, just generally, what is the president's response or reaction to the number of countries this week who are planning to or have recognized the Palestinian state?
Here we go.
Two great questions, Jeff. To your first question about Russia, the president is aware of this offer extended by President Putin, and I'll let him comment on it later. I think it sounds pretty good, but he wants to make some comments on that himself, and I will let him do that. As for all of these Western nations that are recognizing a Palestinian state, the president has been very clear. He disagrees with this decision. He spoke about that in the UK, standing right next to his friend, Prime Minister Starmer, and he feels this does not do anything to release the hostages, which is the primary goal right now in Gaza, does nothing to end this conflict and bring this war to a close. And frankly, he believes it's a reward to Hamas. So he believes these decisions are just more talk and not enough action from some of our friends in
Oh my, we're horrible. We're fucking horrible. You know what? I can't. We are horrible. We're fucking horrible. We deserve every bad thing that fucking happens to us. I swear to fucking God. It's gross. It's fucking gross. Everybody, all of these countries recognizing Palestine as a state, and we're the only one that keeps raising our hand to stop any kind of bombing. That's wild. That's really wild. Hello, Robert. How are you? So I do want to talk about the Antifa thing because for me, no bueno. Do you guys for the people that recognize fascism and the speed in which it's like bowling for us, right? Antifa has been around for a very long time. Antifa literally means anti-fascist. Do you know, guys, while you guys think that I've been off the internet because of some fuckery or some fucking the bullshit that's been talked about and all the conspiracy theories, y'all, I'm not on this fucking internet, or I am, but I'm just not fucking with y'all. Nor am I worried about any of the fucking weird things that have been said. You know, I will say this, it's 7:30 in the fucking morning, right? I'm in a live with Bilal. And listen, I don't even think it had reached 7:30 yet. I know I was very new into my cup of coffee. And you fucking idiots, Scammy Claus, the most bored woman on the face of the planet, at 7:30 in the fucking morning, is in that live. You mean to tell me that's the foremost at the front of your fucking brain? Because I'm there because he messaged me. Like, what's your fucking excuse? That's the first thing on your mind? Let me go harass these motherfuckers on TikTok. I got my 8 hours of sleep. I spend so much time being happy with who I am because of you guys. I could not thank you more. I really could not thank you more. And I'm even talking about like people I've sat with. The amount of time that I've spent being so content with who I am because of the things that you've shown me, I can't thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. I've never been more confident. My self-esteem has taken quite the boost. But while I've been not talking to you fucks, I have been down a rabbit hole that is being very widely discussed on this app. And if you're not biting, I don't know why. Because if you've been watching the Charlie Kirk thing, the Tyler Robinson thing, and you didn't somehow end up where I am, you're doing it wrong. You're not paying the fuck attention. Because if you were, I have no school-age children. My children are all grown, right? But I'm scared for each and every one of you that fucking do. Because your kids know about this. Your kids know that this place exists. They know what it's about. Some of them know to stay far the fuck away from it. And some of them aren't so fucking lucky. But if you think the movement that you're seeing, the fascists that are in your face being fascists, that's the front line, baby. There is a whole underground belly full of them. So if you're not aware, make yourself aware. I've made myself very aware. I've informed my friends, hey, you better use these words. You better talk to your kids. You better find out what they know, how they feel. And if they're chronically online, you better find out what the fuck they're doing. And if your kid might just be one of those kids that don't have a ton of friends and ain't out doing 10,000 social activities and is chronically online, you better find out what they're doing. I don't sit around and just fuck with people on the internet for entertainment. I don't got time for it. I don't make it my life's work to see how badly I can tear down the next human being on the internet. Not here for it. Couldn't care less about it. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't done it. Let alone gonna do it. I ain't ever been here for that. And personally, for one, I'm very fucking tired of having it happen to me. There are thousands of people at this point, and I do mean thousands, that have watched me go through fuck shit on this internet. And most of it at the hands of people I knew. People I called friends. Apparently that trend has not ended. Apparently we were well on target for this fallout. Unbeknownst to fucking me. Because while I wasn't here, the entire thing was being conspired and put together So not only have I been paying attention to all the fuck shit going on in the world, but I have then had to spend countless fucking hours, and I can put them in 10, 12, 15 fucking hours on the phone, in chats, trying to figure out what the fuck happened. People involved that weren't even involved, because I need a fucking perspective. Here we are, weeks and countless hours later, and I'm barely even skimmed the surface. I am just getting through the surface hurt. Like that hurt that like you didn't know was coming hurt. Like that, I can't believe that shit hurt. I can't believe this went on kind of hurt. I can't believe I ever knew that bitch kind of hurt. That's what I've been dealing with. And while you all have been sitting here calling me a fucking terrorist, I've been sitting here calling each and every one of you that called me that fucking stupid. You are, in fact, the reason that the White House can get up on the fucking television, tell you something, and you get scared enough and believe it. Not only what was done to me was horribly fucking wrong, but the fact that they did it to the masses was also fucking wrong. The fact that any person can get on the internet, press that live button, say disparaging, absolutely false, horrible things about, and the fucking masses bite and run with it like rabid animals. You want to know why we are where we are as a country? Exactly fucking this. We can't wait to tear down the next human being for whatever reason is most important to us. Yeah, baby. You ain't got no idea. And you and your fucking, here, let me make this clear. Scammy Claus, I don't give a fuck about you. You got up on the fucking internet, called yourself having proof of shit, and you look fucking stupid. Did anybody even ask your fat fucking ass about a wish list? Did anybody, was a wish list even a point of fucking contention with you, you fat ass fucking cunt? You look dumb. She got on here screaming I was funding terrorism, and you showed people a fucking wish list. You look fucking stupid. Do you know that? Like people that actually do have critical thinking, that actually do have something other than the fucking internet in their life, you look fucking stupid. There are people that believe this that I will never ever, that I considered some of the most intelligent people that I have run into on this app. I will never give you an ounce of my energy ever the fuck again. Hey, damn toxic. I'm not here for you, dummy. Listen, I'm gonna call that bitch everything I want. Oh, is this you? Bilal, you gotta go. I'm gonna have to put you down. Is this you? Is this you? Come on. Is that you? You're on a private account? dumb bitch. You look dumb. I would love for you to get up here and even look more stupid. Get in. Get in. Get in the box. Go in. Go get on your fucking main and come in the fucking box. You want all the fucking eyes on you, Scammy. Get in here. You look fucking dumb. Where's the proof, Scam? Where's all the proof? Where's the proof that I'm funding terrorism? Where's all the fucking proof? Oh, begging for everything. Can you please get up here? Get up in here? Get up in here. Show me one screenshot where I ask a fuck thing. Show me one screenshot where I ever ask for a fuck thing. That's why you look dumb.
Hey, Scammy Pammy, what's up?
I can't hear you.
Because you muted me.
No, I did after I couldn't hear you. Go ahead. What did you say?
Yeah. How would people know what to get your granddaughter for her birthday? Out of curiosity.
What do you mean? It wasn't her. Was it her birthday? Hold on. Oh yeah, it was her birthday. You're right. It was her birthday. See, I can explain
How
to
would they
you
know?
exactly
If you
what
didn't
went
ask?
on. I need you to show the people where I ask for anything.
Answer the question. You never answer a question. Will you
You
answer a
never
question
show any
instead of
proof.
answering with a question? I showed all the Amazon deliveries. I showed all the
Okay.
Amazon purchases. I showed text
Okay.
messages between people saying,
Show
I
me,
reached out
show
to
the
Florida
people
man.
where I asked anybody for a
Did
fuck
you
thing.
see my live? I don't think you
Show
did,
it.
sweetheart.
Baby, I don't
Did you
watch
see my
you, nor
live?
do I care to watch
Well,
you.
if you did,
See,
maybe
I
you'd
am not
educate
obsessed with you
yourself
like you are with
and look
me.
at the screenshots. Because you're a liar,
Of
Pam.
what?
You're just as
I
bad as
told
Maggie.
you
You're
to
just
show
as
them
bad
right
as
here.
Sean.
Pull them up.
Okay, let me make sure I have them. Hold on.
God help us all. Because this is also going to work very well because I need to know where they're coming from. Share this to Breezy.
No, I'll show them myself. Why do I have to share them?
I said share it, you dumb cunt.
I can show them myself. It's okay.
I said share, you dummy.
Well, you know what? I'm a little more technologically advanced than you, so I can show them right here. Unless
Can you
you're
not hear me?
afraid. Unless you're afraid.
Can you?
to
I
do the
said
thing.
share, not show. Are you okay?
Here, unblock my main account. I'll come in on my main and I'll show them on my main. How's that?
Show the fucking receipts.
I
I'm
can't.
not playing all day with you.
Yeah, because you know I'm right. Unblock me on my
Obviously, well, hey, listen,
Unblock me
you
on
already
my
showed
main
them.
account, and I'll
Did
show
you
them.
already show them? Did you already show them?
I did. I showed
I
them
am
on
the
my
only
live.
one then that didn't see them, you dummy.
Because you didn't watch the live, dumbass.
Why would I? I give zero fucks about
Because
what
I
you
showed
have to
proof.
say.
I showed proof. That's why you didn't.
You
Because then
showed
you wouldn't
proof
have
of
to
me
answer.
asking for those items.
Well, I mean, in order to know
No,
what to
you
send
didn't.
somebody, in order
No,
to
you
know
didn't.
exactly the size that
No,
somebody
you
wears,
didn't.
are you gonna?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, because those don't exist.
Are you going into your Arab accent like when you say it's a celebration? I just heard you say, no, you didn't.
Are
What the
you,
fuck is
are
that?
you, how horribly xenophobic are you?
I'm not. I'm
Yo,
not. I
you
love
are,
everybody,
and
unlike
you
you,
improved it
who fucking
over and
hate
over.
this country.
Not even
You
just
fucking hate this
xenophobic,
country.
but highly
You're making
Islamophobic.
fun of people with an
Highly
accent.
Islamophobic. It's
You're
the
making
it is in
you're
fact the
making
Islamophobia that
fun
is
of people
getting
with an
you. The
accent.
Islamophobia is getting you. That is what's getting you. It isn't the xenophobia. It isn't
You
even
want
the
me to play the
hardcore
video of you
racism.
with your
It
accent?
isn't even the hardcore racism. It is in fact the Islamophobia
Do
that's getting you here.
you show me something that says I'm Islamophobic?
How?
I'm gonna
Okay,
give
give
you
me.
audio
How long
with
do
a
you think it'll
cheesy
take me?
accent.
How long do you think
How
it'll
about
get?
that?
How long do you think it'll take me to find something proving that you're Islamophobic?
Forever,
Do you think it would
because
take me
you'll
more
pull
than 10
something up.
seconds to go into my fucking phone
You'll pull
and
something
show
up that has
all the
nothing to
reasons
do with
why
it.
you are in fact Islamophobic?
Yeah. Okay, why don't you use that
And
cheesy
a
accent you use
racist.
when the boys are here?
You
Come on.
xenophobia again?
We
You have
are
a problem with me?
celebrating. It's like
Let me
Christmas.
just, I'm gonna let you go. I'll let you display all of this.
Hey,
You
listen,
display all of this.
I'm saying, do you want me to play the audio of you saying it? I have the video where you were busting out into some weird accent the night that Iran was bombing Israel. You want me to open that for you and play it? I'll quote you with your accent. We are celebrating. It's like Christmas. That's exactly how you sounded. That's not
Yeah.
me. That's me imitating you with a cheese ass accent. You can laugh all you want, Snark. You can laugh all you want. You sounded ridiculous.
Why? So
It's
while
just
you're
like people
displaying the horrible
it's
human
just like
being you
people-
are, yes, I am. I absolutely am. I'm
It's just
laughing
like
very
when
hard.
people make fun of accents for people. You did the same thing, and
You
you do it
just
all the
did
time
it.
with those guys.
You know what? In here,
I
let's
did.
talk about life experience a little.
You
Why
want me to
don't
play
we?
it for
Okay.
you? Here, let me get
So
it for
no, I'm
you.
gonna mute you.
Yeah, of course
gonna
you
mute
are,
you.
because you don't want to hear it. Of course.
No, because
I'll
you won't
post
shut
it
up.
for you.
You
I'll
won't
post
shut
it
up.
on my page for you so
You will
everybody
not
can
shut
hear it.
up.
Guys, Scammy Claus 2.0. It'll be on there in 10 minutes. You can
Oh
hear
my God!
who the
Oh my God!
racist
Don't
is.
miss it! Don't miss it! Breaking news! Breaking news! Scamming Claus
In fact, I'll also
posted a video on Scamming Claus 2.0.
Yeah, and I'll
Breaking
also
news!
put my
Breaking
receipts
news!
out on you. I'll
So
put my receipts
there
out
was
on
this.
you.
There's this time,
How's
right?
that?
There was this time, right? That I married this guy, and he wasn't from the United States, right? He was from Kenya, and
That's weird.
shut the fuck up.
That's real.
And his English wasn't all that great. It was good.
Was it so he
wasn't
could
great.
become a citizen?
Yeah, ain't that some shit? So
Did you want to become a citizen? Is that why you married him?
yeah, let's let her go. I'm just gonna let her go.
Cool. I'm getting
What
that
did you-
video of you talking.
No,
like
wait.
that with
What
an
did you
accent.
say?
Hold
No,
on. Let
yeah,
me play
we all
it.
want to hear it. Yeah, we all want to hear it. So anyway,
Hey,
during my
Scamslam,
marriage,
can you tag me on that, please?
during my marriage, we communicated pretty well. Did I have to slow down my speech? Yes. Did I have to talk a little different? Yes. Am I able to still apply that to people that have a hard time understanding English when it is spoken
is
so
like
fast?
yelling at somebody
When it is spoken so fast that they cannot understand it. That's why you will hear people ask people that speak English, can you please slow down? You're speaking too fast. I cannot understand you. You, ma'am, are an ignorant white woman with no culture. Zero. Have never experienced it. Have never tried to experience it. And it is very, very apparent in how you act and how you speak. against other people that do not look like you, sound like you, and live like you. It is fucking disgusting.
Oh
You're
my
the
God.
kind of
Hey, I'm
person
pulling that video
I
up for you. Hold on.
absolutely fucking hate.
I'm pulling that video.
Period. She is, in fact, the kind of person that I absolutely despise. Yeah, well, I did. Oh yeah, you're dropped, love. Goodbye. You're a racist and a bigot. A racist and a bigot. Nikki. What is that? Sorry, Pastor Petty House of Lies. Snark, send me that wish list. That wish list is, it better be gone. See, now, here, because I actually care about my friends, and she's had serious allegations against Pam. I've not heard her bring up one yet. Right. So they've been calling me a terrorist and telling everybody that I've been funding terrorists for weeks, right? For weeks. So when Scammy Claus was asked to produce the proof of the funding of such terrorists, instead of showing the proof that did not exist, she showed a wish list that she found out about. That's exactly what happened, and she looks really dumb. And then she got up in my live right now and just displayed some really horrible behavior. And I hope everybody saw it, because it is, in fact, what I've been talking about since we've been talking about this. Yes, Bilal, it is. You're right. So I have, in fact, counseled not only my friends, but other people on the internet that sometimes, right, get like a shiny new friend, and they want to do things for their shiny new friend, but their shiny new friend said no 1,000 times, set thousands of boundaries, loud ones, quiet ones, ones in writing, ones by voice, protest, boundary, no, 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 no. And then what the fuck happens? The same thing that always happens. The people that ran behind doing things for a kid that they swore they wanted to fucking do, that ain't ne'er not one person ever asked a motherfucker for, right? Then they want to come behind and said, oh yeah, look, we got all this stuff off the way. Bitch, didn't no bitch ever want that motherfucker. I screamed at the top of my lungs, no, 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 no. Y'all don't listen. People set boundaries. Y'all don't listen. So then you get some fat, bored white bitch in Bumfuck, Connecticut, who thinks she's going to show everybody the character of somebody while literally bearing her own character. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. Baby, I never needed nothing off that wish list. nor want. That's what's wild. And somebody, people that say they're your best friend fucking did that. That's the part you guys need to pay attention to. Not the wish list, not what was on it, but literally how you got there with it. Am I thin? What do you mean, am I thin? What kind of fucking question is that? Literally, what kind of question is that? Oh, you meant for her. Oh, fuck that bitch. I listen. Ain't no words off limit when it comes to her. Ain't there not one word. I'll use every goddamn disparaging word I can come up with, and I might even make a couple up my goddamn self for her. Hi, Morgan. How are you? And that's another thing, like how I talk to people, right? Did you hear how this is so crazy? The things you have to pick at because you have nothing. Did you ever hear the way she talks to them in her baby voice? Do you guys understand? Like if I'm pissed off about something, like I'm not going to take it out on Morgan who just came into the room to say hi. If I'm talking like this and the person that I'm then going to direct my conversation to does not deserve this tone, I'm going to change it. Oh, it is Monday. So having a wish list makes you a part of a T group. Do you have an aircraft carrier on that list? No, but I'll put one on there. So, no, that was all. Listen. Oh, God. The amount of fear-mongering that took place, not only in a group chat, but on this fucking internet is absolutely mind-blowing. It is mind-fucking-blowing. And how easily it's done to you all, too. How easily it is done. And... Listen, here's the tea. You want the tea? I'll give you the tea. Relationships have been decimated. Friendships completely obliterated. People and their mental health completely wrecked. And I do mean wrecked. Not just me. This is what you guys love. You love stuff like this. You love to know that people are hurting. Nothing makes you happier here than to know that people are hurting. You get a hard on for it. So if that's what you're looking for, yes, that absolutely happened. Good people got really, really hurt. Do you guys feel better? Does that make you happy knowing that? Look where I am. Look where I am. Still here with Bilal. Still here with Abood. That won't change. And you can cry about it, scream about it, talk about it. You can sexualize it. You can fearmonger it. You can lace it with all your bigotry that you can muster. But I'm still right here. Nobody changed a fuck thing for me. Gaza is on fire. I'm going to keep doing exactly what I started doing back in May. An extension of what I started doing back in January. And ne'er not one of you fucks is on the list. How does it feel to know your friend told people? My friend didn't tell people that because they weren't even in that discussion. See, that's how we got here. Scary words, inflamed speech, get them to react, get them to do what I want. Same with Antifa today. We're gonna label Antifa a terrorist organization when Antifa literally means anti-fascist. Why wouldn't we name an anti-fascist organization a terrorist organization when fascists are in fact taking over the country? Well, that there does make sense, doesn't it? That in fact does make Bucky, no proof of show, Marshmallow. Piss off. Piss off. Scammy showed the messages. She did tell people, but yell louder. I don't have to yell about a fuck thing. Yeah, that's just me. That's au naturel. Marshmallow, go get toasted. Would I consider telling my truth to the allegations? Which one would you want me to tell my truth about? Because I've been here telling the truth a long time. I can't get everybody to listen, and I'm not going to keep fucking saying it. Tekla, you're next, honey. Don't get nervous. Well, little mama, see, that's where you got me fucked up. Sorry. I don't care what they do. I don't care. I don't care what you said to help this stop. What's this? I don't care about this. That's their this, not my this. But if you, little mama one, have a question for me, you can ask it and I will answer. Do you not have a question? Nope. Then moving on. So, I've been hearing that Tekla has had a lot to say about what I do and with me concerning my grandchild, right? The one that I have custody of, right? Yes, Bilal. Oh, sorry, I misspelled it. Dang, it's three letters, Pam. Do better. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Hi, Mama Jenny. I'm good. So I heard all that discussion, right? And I did go live at 1:00 so that we could listen to the press briefing to hear all these announcements about what they found about autism. But and there's another one on at 4 o'clock if you didn't know. Hi Debbie, how are you, love? Where the president and RFK will also be speaking on the autism quote unquote findings. If you remember, when the rhetoric surrounding disabled people started happening, I said absolutely not from day one. I said, not my grandkid, nope, not. And I actively then started speaking about leaving the country. That was probably February, March, right around there. But yes, I did. Absolutely, I'm out. Ain't got time. No. So then it got twisted that the guys were going to fly me to Palestine and I wasn't going to come back, which I did entertain that thought on the internet the one day. And that was a hoax. But my wanting to, so what they did was kind of twisted it. They were trying to get me, I was trying to get out of the country because I was linked to terrorism. I don't mean to laugh because I know a lot of you believed it, and I don't mean to make you feel stupid, but you are in fact fucking stupid. But I heard Tekla weighing in on this conversation, and this is something that I know for a fact. And this is kind of when real life comes to the internet type shit, right? So when I'm looking at those conversations going on, and I know that Tekla has contact with somebody in my family, if not more than one person in my family, right? So when I thought about that, Tech, and I thought, I know that bitch ain't dumb enough to be running her motherfucking mouth to anybody in the family that I have no contact with, because that would be really fucked up. And then I started thinking about that a little bit more, and how I never talk about you on the internet, but you always talk about me. I never speak about you on the internet. You're always talking about me. Then I went back to all our other stuff and I thought, okay, well, let me just find out. Let me just find out.
Hello, Bam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, أبو عمر. عليكم السلام.
كيف حالك حبيبي؟
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله.
ايش يا بلال، بشوف علمت العربي.
Now, you know, everybody knows Abu Omar has been in this since the beginning with us, right? Now, I also heard Sunshine say something, well, several things, we'll just say that, that surprised me, because let's talk about this for a moment. So, we're making tea.
دايما معاك.
He's making tea in the street. So Bilal used to live with Abu Omar in northern Gaza near Al Shifa Hospital. Al Shifa Hospital is very much being talked about right now because they're wiping it out. They're literally wiping it out, okay? Abu Omar, his wife, his children, and Bilal's mother and father are all still there. Bilal, his wife, and his 2 children have gone to Khan Yunis. Now, Bilal has the very big job of trying to save his family and get them out of northern Gaza. That is a very big job. It was a very big job for Bilal to get there. Now he has to find a way to save his family. I am still here because when 100%, this is what I need everybody on the internet to know. No matter how many people walk away and turn their backs on these men, that will never, ever, ever be me. It will never be me. I will always be exactly where I've been all of these months. You can make up as many lies as you want. You can tell as many stories as you want. I know the truth, and I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing. The fact that Sunshine called these people her family, called them, literally was going to dock Scammy Claus's entire existence, her wife's entire existence on the internet over these men, to then come back and start spewing the same fucking rhetoric that Scammy Claus was using. If that's not a red flag to you, if that's not a this is weird kind of moment for you, then you in fact are part of the problem. Is that Abu Omar?
Bam. Yes, you listen.
Yes.
Bumping in Abu Omar,
Yes.
North Gaza now. You listen? Bumping. Mm. You need show bombing. see show. أبو عمر
Oh,
تفتح
I thought it
الكاميرا.
was too.
تقدر تفتحها أبو عمر.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
can you seeing bam bumping more bumping.
Hey, I am enough. I'm gonna make you a mod. If you can make sure, like that one that just came in and said, that one, like they said, fuck Gaza, put that on. Yeah, right, Trina? Jesus Christ. Now you remember, this is the same vantage point that Bilal used to show you, the same window, the same vantage point that Bilal used to show you when he was there. That's why she made that distinction. Like they live in nice houses and all the things. I couldn't believe she was even saying that when Abu Omar and they've been in that house. This is so crazy. The whole thing is crazy. That's why I can't believe y'all believed it. Oh my god, whatever, dude. If you guys keep coming in, I'm gonna be happy because at least I can get you off of my fucking pages. I can't help it that your friend looks like a dummy. I can't help it that your friend gets on here and makes herself look like the absolute bigot that she is. That's not my fault. Tanks. Tanks are approaching. The army is 500 meters away. Jesus. Do you guys didn't see the armies of tanks and Israelis ready to occupy? God help us all. It's a big reason why it's still going on. You see all the people actively trying to leave?
You can see comment, Pam. You can see comment. I comment in news in Abu Omar
Yes. Yeah.
in North Gaza. Yes.
It's because it's awful. It's because it shouldn't be happening. It's wrong. Everything about this is wrong, and we're all just having to sit around and watch. And Bilal says things are getting worse, like they could even get worse than what they already are. Hi, Abood. Exactly. You see, he said they can't get out because the road is expensive and there is no place, no tents, nothing. There's not even room in Khan Yunis for even another person. Did you see, Trina, did you see the videos about Al Shifa Hospital? I mean, oh, I listened to those nurses talk yesterday and it broke my heart. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-hmm. That's Adam. Yeah, it's bad. Do you know the cost? Have you guys seen the videos when they break down the cost? As I told you before, Pam, things in northern Gaza, displacement are very difficult, arduous, I know. So the road, just the truck is almost $2,000. Like they're getting like people like families are getting like 5, 10 families to go in on a truck and trying to get as much stuff as they can to get out of there. It and then have you seen the videos of them broken down along the road to get to Khan Yunis? I don't know how people look at stuff like that and I don't know where all the empathy is, but man, it's crazy. Abu Omar has 2 young daughters, like, can you imagine the fear around that? I could never. I could never. Me either. I would have not. I would have broke already. I'd have broke a long time ago. When I tell you, you guys think like Abu and Bilal, like they're to me two of the strongest people I've ever come across in my entire life. In my life. There it is. See. Is it a motorcycle? Yeah, yeah, me and you both, I am enough. Me and you both. No, they're not safe. There's no safe. There's no such thing as a safe place there now. At all. They say that, oh, we've created safe spaces and there's never been one of those. As many times as they've come here and told you that they've made these are safe areas, those areas were never ever safe. That was propaganda for the television. Just like the leaflets, the little things, the little pieces of paper. Oh, well, we warn them. You don't warn them. Because the amount of unalive babies that I've seen in the past 10 days, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. In the most gruesome, horrific ways, absolutely not. I saw them rescue a 10-year-old little girl out of the rubble. No, ma'am. You know, the double tap, you're going to tell me they're the most moral army, but they do the double tap. They do one bomb, wait for everybody to show up to do the rescue, and then take them out too. Nope, not here. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. Y'all can believe that fuckery if you want to. Go, when you leave this live, go hit that little magnifying glass and go put in 50 states, one Israel. Read about where all your fucking tax dollars are going. Read about, yeah. You think I'm gonna be a fucking cattle sitting here waiting for this shit to roll over me? You got another fucking thing coming. Guys are out there like a bunch of fucking cows in the pasture, just waiting to get fucking slaughtered. Can't wait to be a steak dinner. Can't wait to be a fucking meatloaf. Not this bitch. It's hot out this motherfucker today, boy. Yeah, all of it. I mean, how many more like 6, 7, 8-year-old kids do you need to see missing limbs? I mean, honestly. I'm being dead ass. How many more? You ain't kidding. Oh, that's another thing Sunshine said. She said, but how do they always, but they always have internet. They never go without internet. Bilal's gone 2 and 3 days without talking to me because he's had no internet. Like all the things that you're waiting to happen, like, well, why do they have internet? Why aren't they dirty? Well, why can't they just unalive right in front of me so everybody can have proof that they're really there? That's how that sounds to me. Yeah. Seeing one was way too much for me, too. And just think, right? Because here we are, we're all in our there's still people dealing in comfortable numbers here, right? You know the comfortable numbers, like the 65,000. That's a comfortable number, right? Everybody can live with that number. 65,000. That's not so bad. And then the real numbers come out, and it's 300,000 babies, right? That's crazy. But the outrage is late. You're too late. Them 300,000 souls are gone. Should have spoke up way sooner. And don't it ain't just you. It ain't just fucking strangers on the internet either. Don't worry. Don't think that. Sometimes it's your own friends. Sometimes, hey, here's something. Here's something. If you don't walk away with anything, walk away with this. Sometimes you don't have to look halfway around the world to find bad people. Sometimes those motherfuckers are sitting right next to you. See, I think the law left. Alright, so I'm gonna start blocking judged on profile pictures. So if I look at your profile picture and you look like a Scammy Claus like follower, I'm gonna block you. You know how they guess your profile picture, like if you voted red or blue? I'm gonna go through the profiles and remove one's profile pictures that, yeah, Lynn, you definitely look like a Scammy. Yeah, you definitely do. Who's next? Shells, Bells. Let's look. I'll look at you real quick here. Animal advocate. My life is 3-ring orchid collect. Yeah, Texas, you gotta go. This is gonna be easy. You guys should probably just leave. Peggy, let's look. Peggy Lock Lyris. Yeah, Peggy. You're giving me white supremacy vibes. Let's see. Kelly, you're up, Kelly. Let's see. No bio. Kelly. Well, we're gonna. Mara Cruz. Hi. I love to teach how to make jewelry. I also sell beads, charms, and more. You have 10K. I think you are Scammy Claus. I remember you from her. You only come around when she's around. Alright, so Tatted Virgo's still here. Let's look at Crepe. Learning to love myself, flaws and everything. You're probably... Who's this? I can't see that really good, so we'll leave you. Oh, thank you! Oh, thanks whoever sent that to him. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Dolce Universe. Thank you. Solo traveler, activist, and I'm gonna follow you. Philanthropist, we love you. We love you. Yeah, I can look at their followers. I didn't know that. I was blocking them. Everybody else is on private. Dolce Universe, okay, you're Universo too. Okay. I wanna follow you on my main. That looks like a troll account. Yeah, they're all I'm gonna look at my co-host, so let's see. Oh, okay. Well, same people. Pastor Petty's House of Lies is the only one in there. At least the only reason I love Pastor Petty House of Lies because at least they fucking listen. Christ almighty. That's novel these days, listening. Here, Bilal. Got a couple more minutes and then I gotta go wait for G to get off the bus. Hey, listen, guys. Oh, here, let me grab this really quickly. I want to show you guys some really good creators. Like, because I'm already down the rabbit hole. Ghost mode is like private. Like, they have their ranking turned off so you can't see them. But you can see them in your you can see them in the multi-guest. Alright, so we'll do this really quick while we're... Mary Cruz, I thought I blocked you. Did you come in on another account? Because are you not with Scammy Claus? Oh. My bad. My bad, homie. Alright, Mary Cruz. I'll get you unblocked here in a minute. Okay, so I was telling you guys about the alt-right pipeline, right? So, have you guys seen this creator? I'll get you unblocked. I'm gonna take you back to the original, right?
Bulges, oh whoa, was inscribed on one of the bullets. My personal thought immediately was, yeah, there's a lot of fascist furries out there. But what didn't occur to me was that this actually was just more transphobic rhetoric. Notice his bulges being the Adam's apple and the bulge down there. I said they were going to be far right, but they ended up being so far right that normies, regular people, have no idea what's going on right now. Genuinely, people are going, what the fuck is a Groiper? What is Kekistan? Who is Pepe the Frog? I need y'all to understand these alt-right pipelines go so much deeper than you or me even realize. At what point does, going so far right end up being left, just anti-fascist? Because when you go far left enough, you get your guns back. So they say, so I say. Armed minorities are harder to oppress, right? When I heard notices, Charlie Kirk's wife and kids were not at the Utah event. They admitted. When I heard the shoot Magus with y'all aren't even the person of interest. The AT Alex Jones and Stephen. The ATF, the person of interest in Charlie Kirk. Y'all aren't even ready for what was actually engraved on the shell casings.
Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
That's what they assumed was trans rhetoric? The combo code inscribed on one of the shell casings is from the game Helldivers 2. This is not a liberal game. It is a lot like 40K, which has a lot of fascist players. Just like how one of the inscriptions is a furry slogan, there are a lot of fascist furries too. Literally games where you cosplay as universal colonizers. Some of the slogans from this game is for Super Earth, Freedom is what we do with what is done to us, and democracy prevails once more. A few other notable slogans from the game is the only good bug is a dead bug. We fight so you don't have to. The game's narrative is filled with propaganda-like slogans that emphasize a fanatical loyalty to Super Earth and a jingoistic patriotic worldview. Y'all aren't even ready for what was actually MAGA switching up from needing payback to needing. The shooter was so far right, he dressed as Pepe the Frog. And the radicalization people are talking about is not.
Do any of you have any idea, like, about that? About this whole alt-right pipeline? Anybody? Because honestly, I'm not even joking. I've only found like a few people that really know anything about it, which is scary to me. Oh God, have a good day, Kel. Because it's quite the whole. And it really does have to do with your kids. And this creator, their name is Jax. They are an autistic trans man who is chronically online, has been chronically online for a very long time, right? And has a lot of knowledge about this, right? So their content is exactly this. So if you do have children, because I don't think it's discriminatory, because young women are getting pulled into this too, there are a lot of warnings with the information that they're putting out, like don't go to those spaces because they're dangerous. But I think it's definitely something that you and everybody should be talking about at this point, and definitely with your kids, because they target certain kids. Like, if you guys don't know, like you and it's years in the making. This didn't just start in the past 5 years. This is a good decade in the making, if not more. So take in the content, learn something, and then teach your kids something. Maybe we can get out of this fucking timeline. Unless the rapture comes tonight and takes us all. And at this point, I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it. Aliens, rapture, anything except fascism and Nazis is fine with me. Completely fine. All right, well, I have about 15 minutes till the bus pulls up. Abu Omar, I was so happy to see you today. I've missed you. And I hope, and I will pray, as I've been praying, that you're going to be fine, okay? All right, guys. Have a good afternoon.